Looking beyond the borders of the traditional industry is also what brought us back to the beautiful city of Munich. Based on our data in the InsurTech database that we have, Munich is the de facto InsurTech capital of the globe, with more InsurTechs directly or indirectly related to the city than anywhere else in the world, even to Silicon Valley. At this point in the presentation, we had hoped to welcome the Minister of Economic Affairs, Energy and Technology to the stage to give you a welcome address. But unfortunately, due to very sad personal circumstances, he had to cancel last minute. But fortunately, Tom van den Brulle, the chairman of the InsurTech Hub Munich, was willing to replace him at such short notice. So thank you, Tom.
Good morning.
Tom, can you share with us, looking at the environment where you work in, how important is the insurance sector for the state of Bavaria?
Well, first of all, sorry, you have to deal with me and not with the minister. I know that's a bit of a disappointment. And believe me, if I had known I would be here on stage at 9 o'clock this morning, I would have done my hair. So, so if I'm not as elegant as you normally know me, I apologize for that.
You were especially referring to your shoes as well, I guess.
Oh, thanks for mentioning this. But I accepted to speak on behalf of Minister Pschira because the InsurTech Hub is working very, very closely with the Bavarian government in order to set up an ecosystem that is attractive to startups, to corporates, insurance corporates companies, to technology companies, and to academic institutions. And Bavaria is doing a lot for us. So Bavaria is a very strong InsurTech, has a very strong InsurTech community with more than 110,000 people working in this context with very, very high class jobs and a very high quality of education. Only in Munich, you have got more than 60,000 people working in the insurance sector. But let's not forget Nuremberg and Coburg, where we have very strong players as well, with a lot of knowledge. The institutions also have very high education, so and that is attractive for the startup scene in Bavaria, and it makes Bavaria the insurance site #1 in Germany and probably one of the most important ones in Europe.
Yeah, I can only confirm that. Looking at that leading position that is currently there, I think there's also a lot of emphasis on making sure that the city also retains that position. Can you share a bit about that?
Well, one thing is the InsurTech Hub Munich in the first place. So we just want to make sure that we're staying attractive and that this is really a place where people can meet. But the Bavarian government obviously is doing more. So they have launched a plan which is called Bavarian Digital. It's actually the second plan already, where they are spending more than 3 billion euros on digital technology and digital context, digital concepts that are running out all over the country. They are very much focusing also on SMEs, and have defined key fields of technologies, and the key fields are robotic assistance, 3D printing, and obviously AI. So there's a lot going on in order to make sure that Bavaria stays strong in this, and the InsurTech Hub is part of that plan. And we're getting some money from them as well. That's important.
Well, when we speak at conferences, we usually mention also the InsurTech Hub as one of the prime examples of building and nurturing ecosystems, even working together with competitors and even looking beyond the boundaries of the insurance industry. Can you share a bit about what you guys are doing in that field?
Well, when you build an ecosystem, the most important thing is partnering and finding the right people and the right partners you want to work with. So we've very much focused on that. So we've got partners out of the corporate industry. I mean, that's the backbone of the InsurTech Hub Munich. We have the biggest companies that are really engaged in this, but not only the companies, also the people, and with all their access to clients, with data, with sandboxes that they can provide, with insights on how the insurance industry actually functions, so that startups that want to apply their technology have a home to go to.
And can you share perhaps a bit about how the state ministry is supporting your initiative?
Well, the most boring thing, but not the least important thing, is money, obviously, because this needs to be managed and run. You need to have people behind this who can actually do this. You need to have places where people can gather. So that's an important thing. But it's not only that. It's much more. The Bavarian state runs different programs where they can contribute to the ecosystem. One of them that I would like to mention is Invest in Bavaria, for example. So where they are getting you into contact with different investors or corporation partners that you can deal with. Another thing would be that 3 of the most important hubs in Germany are in Bavaria. It's mobility and health. And of course, there's a lot of overlap between InsurTech and these other topics. And the Bavarian government supports us in establishing this dialogue.
Well, actually, Reggie already mentioned that we're at the end of day 2 going to award a number of Diamond Awards again. And actually, today, or this edition of Munich, there's an additional award to win, which is actually powered by the InsurTech Hub Munich and awarded to the show and tell with the most transformative impact.
Yeah. But that's something that we find particularly interesting, because we wanted to really stress where do we have the most disruptive and the most impactful concepts out there, and we wanted to contribute us together with the Bavarian government. We wanted to contribute to this and really stress that kind of aspect that we think is very important. Sometimes we see that incremental innovation is taking the lead over more disruptive concepts, and we wanted to make sure that, let's say, the more lunatic and moonshot topics are being reflected as well. We're looking forward to the concepts that we see here.
Well, I hope we're going to see a lot of lunatic examples then in the coming 2 days. Thank you very much, Tom.
Thanks for having us.
And I hope you enjoy the 2-day conference. Thank you.
Have a great conference. Thank you.